We now welcome back to the stage a young man that's already reached 4 BDO World Ranking Finals. He's the reigning French Open champion from the city of Cardiff. It's Dean Reynolds!
Well, it is a massive opportunity for both these lads to make it through into the final. Jeff Smith said to me about Peter Machin, fear the man who has nothing to lose. And for Peter Machin, winning here would be something of a life changer. But here's Dean Reynolds, young man from Cardiff, grew up in a public house, the Birch Grove, owned by his mum and dad, Pauline and Tim, and he's been throwing darts almost as long as he can remember. Peter Machin already in the winnings, and he's promised his wife a holiday in New Zealand on the back of it.
Very nice too.
Maybe he'll be thinking of 1 or 2 more if he actually goes and wins this thing, because it would surely give him a great chance of coming back here for the Lakeside World Championships come next January.
Well, it certainly will, and the confidence that he can compete with all the big boys.
Dean Reynolds beating David Cameron, Martin Adams and Danny Nappert getting here. Peter Machin beating Jim Williams, Tony O'Shea, and then earlier on today, great win against Scott Waits.
Well, he's done it the hard way, hasn't he?
And he's had an impressive style in so doing. Looks very, very unflappable. Good temperament.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, Dean.
Well, he knows how to win things. He's a former
Game on.
Pacific Masters champion, Australian Grand Masters. All that coming in the latter part of 2015.
He was an all-round sportsman as a lad. He used to, play cricket, golf, football, you name it, but found out that this was what he was best at, and now this is what he's totally dedicated to, alongside his work as a manager of a big retail company.
And he was winning things as far back as 2008, where he won the Pacific Cup Singles, which was a WDF ranking event.
Father
60.
of 4, and he told me he had to switch his phone off last night because of the time difference. There were plenty of people trying to get in touch with him, and he suspected that it may have been his local television network and possibly local radio and newspapers as well, because word is spreading down
54.
under that Peter Machin is playing very well indeed. But Dean Reynolds, he's impressed me here. I think he was so nervous against Wolfie last
60.
night, but he managed to get across the line. And then today looked an altogether more confident man and doing himself real justice in that match against Danny Nappert. Yeah,
that was some sculpt, because Nappert's sort of the player in great form at the moment.
134.
But Machin's win over the current BDO World Champion certainly would have made a name for himself back home.
Yeah, Noppy would have gone into that as the favourite, wouldn't he?
Oh, he was
the guy they reckoned was going to take it. Dean says his mum's got a video of him somewhere as a little boy throwing toothbrushes towards a bucket. We'll have to try and get hold of that for a broadcast at a later date. Brother-in-law Les was the guy who taught him.
168.
Yeah, he's a very accomplished player already for a young man.
First to the double.
As little Richard reminded us, he's the current French Open champion, but he's also plying his trade in the development tours. He's
99.
won 2 of those.
Dean, you require 60.
He's got 60 or so supporters with him
this year.
60 or so supporters, including his girlfriend Lauren, who drives him everywhere to all the various events. He's one of these sports coaches who goes around junior and infant schools teaching young kids a great variety of sports. Double 16. Double 8.
An interesting and very rewarding job that is.
He's an interesting guy. He went to the same school as
58.
Gareth Bale and Sam Warburton.
Dean, you require 16.
Whitchurch High School. Double 4.
12.
And says he loves working with
Peter, you
young
require
kids.
16.
You know, he's one of those who has an ability to communicate.
Yeah, that's great. Great job.
Yes,
But
that's game
Machin
shot. And the
gets
first leg.
first blood
Peter Machin.
against the throw. Winner of 5 ranking
Second leg,
titles
Peter
came
to
into this.
throw
BDO
first.
ranked number
Game on.
63. But he's going to be heading upwards at a rate of knots as a result of his performance. First time he's played in the World Trophy.
He's made a lot of friends. He's put in some fine performances. He's unflappable.
100.
He won't be sped up either. He takes his time, does his own thing.
134.
That's more what he's capable of doing. Alluded to Dean's all-round sporting talents. As a junior, he played county rugby and football, and he was on the books of Cardiff City as a centre-half.
Oh.
140. 99.
He's quite solid. If you were a runaway striker and ran into Dean, I imagine you'd know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, those 50-50 challenges you would.
140.
Tournament average of over 90 as Machin, and he started off quite well here, early stages, but he's averaging in excess of 94.
Yeah, 7-1-8s.
133.
So
Peter, you require 121.
Dean's 5. 21-40s to Reynolds and 19 for Machin.
Was looking for the treble 17 there for the bullseye, but the wrong side of the wire.
57. Dean, you require
Right,
135.
Reynolds 135, Chris, looking at the bullseye.
Yep, treble 20, ball. Wasn't a bad marker either, that dart at the 25, as you can see, because he's left
Peter, you require
tops.
64.
All down the 16s, this one.
Double 8. Just grazed the wire. Great
Yes,
darts.
that's game shot.
2-0.
On the second leg, Peter Machin. Third leg, Dean to throw first.
Finishing
Game on.
percentage, 41%. That's very, very high.
Well, that's a maximum first of the match.
180.
Dean Reynolds needs to get a foothold. As you heard,
99.
he's the current French Open champion, Dean Reynolds, but he said his favourite darting memories.
140.
Yeah, long tradition, the Welsh, of producing world quality dart players.
$100.
Total control of this leg. 111 left.
90.
Yeah, almost half.
He only had 9 darts. 2 more could give him a rather nifty 11 dart checkout. And Machin can do no more than hope that he makes a hash of it.
Yeah, Machin went on the 18s there. 4 18s and a treble 20 would have left him 170.
51.
Went for the treble 17 tops possibility there, Reynolds, rather than what was revealed on the graphic.
To get
100
first on the board.
Dean, you require 40.
Tops for 13 dart leg.
Ooh, well, just by a distance. Got a bit over enthusiastic. Double 10.
30.
Well, it'll just settle him down
Peter,
when
you
he finally
require
gets
112.
a mark on the board. If Machin takes this, having been absolutely out with the washing.
Yeah, this will hurt. You can still do it. Trouble 19. Not now. Well, to settle him down, he's a bit edgy here.
Dean, you require
On the doubles.
Double one.
No score.
Missed that by a long way as well. That was
Peter,
a sort of tension-racked attempt.
None from 11. It's a bit of a problem. Trouble 20, double 4 maybe.
16s now. Double 16 required. Plenty of space to go at.
52.
Close.
That would have felt like it was in when it left his hand.
Double 5. And the missed doubles continue to rack up.
No score. Peter, you require 16.
Purely pressure, John.
Double 8, Machin.
Yes, that's good
3-0.
shot. And the third leg. Peter Machin. Fourth leg. Peter to
He's
throw
worked
first.
really hard, prepared
Game on.
really hard for this championship as Peter Machin, and the hard work is kind of showing. He says he's not fazed by getting up on the big stage. He has played in front of cameras before over in Australia.
45.
He says he just loves playing. As a result of that, you know, if you're really into your game, he reckons that you cope with the pressure and the nerves involved.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to. It doesn't seem to
140.
affect him. He doesn't seem to feel any pressure.
His debut in the World Trophy. First time he's been across and played in this one.
Yeah, he's played for Australia in the World Cup.
50.
That's the last 16 of that in 2013.
Does your research tell you who the Aussie team was?
45.
Or is that a request too far?
Don't know. Give me an hour.
I bet Simon Whitlock's watching.
Yeah, he sure will be.
54.
And Peter has gone off the boil. Reynolds has got a great chance here to build a bit of a lead. Oh, unlucky.
80.
Build a bit of a lead and strike against the throw.
I can tell you who he did lose to in the last 16 of that World Cup.
Go on.
Wayne Warren.
Really?
Yes.
140.
Another Welshman.
Indeed.
140.
Oh, scoring hasn't been the problem.
No, exactly. What's his? How many now is it? 14. 14 failed doubles attempts for Dean Reynolds. He's going to get some more here.
He's going to be under pressure as well.
Oh, excellent.
140.
72.
Dean, you require 96.
Treble 20 would aid the cause.
Double 18 tops.
Tops.
56.
Double 18. But,
Peter, you
Well,
require
at least he's at a double
72.
now.
but the statistic continues to mount. That's 15 attempted doubles. Double 12.
$48.
The let off.
This is a must.
Yep.
This is a must
Dean,
for
you
Reynolds.
require
He's got to get
40.
into this game and get into it soon. Double 10. Fives. Oh dear,
35.
oh dear,
Infectious.
oh dear.
Missing doubles is infectious. Once
Peter,
you
you
start,
require 24.
it just doesn't seem to end.
Double 6. 20 darts he's thrown already in this leg.
With throw.
Oh, tension, tension. Gathers himself. He knows this is big. And misses.
18. Dean, you
One of
require
the,
5.
Not many players who choose to throwing spectacles, but he's one of them. Double 1. Oh,
Yes,
he's away.
that's good shot. And the fourth leg.
There's the
Dean
reaction.
Reynolds.
You were saying earlier on nobody likes throwing at double 1.
Especially
Fifth
with one
leg.
dart in your
Dean
hand.
to throw first.
At 3-0 down in the Probably it is the biggest match of his career.
$57. $58. $140.
It's his sixth 140 of the match. Already had a 180.
His first maximum.
8th of the tournament.
100.
Solid response from Reynolds.
He needs to hold though. Did the hard work of eventually breaking Peter's throw. He didn't want to hand it straight back.
It's a little bit of a let off.
Yeah. Ton minimum needed.
60.
Lisa Ashton.
She's not bad.
If you weren't with us yesterday, secured the highest ever winning average for a woman player in a televised match. 98.84.
Dean, you'd acquire 144.
I'd be very, very happy with that. What an amazing performance.
60.
Yeah, back-to-back
Peter,
60s.
you'd acquire 110.
110 then. To break again, Peter Machin.
Oh, still a
Double
chance.
19.
$54. Dean, you'd acquire 84.
64. Oh, double 11.
Yes, that's game
Yeah,
shot.
suddenly he's found the range for his doubles. Just what you were saying. Contagious when you're missing, infectious when you start getting them.
Yep. Super little finish that. 4-1 down. Although it's a long race to 11.
There's Lauren watching on, Dean's girlfriend.
140.
His wife, I think, back home in Australia with the kids.
I wonder what time it is over there now.
Middle of the night.
They'll be watching.
It's not being televised over there. They're having
60.
to follow in the old-fashioned way by means of texts and phone calls.
Oh, right. Second 180 of the match.
Go, go. Few shouts of Dino. He looked so overcome last night when he played Martin Adams.
174.
Hardly string a sentence together. That's a great line. A great three there from Peter Machin. But he's got the sort of personality which could make him a little bit of a star if he continues to progress.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a nice fella, intelligent, speaks well. Very marketable.
60. Dean, you'd acquire
right,
47
to square up the match. Oh, he's missed the 15. Now he's got the 13, so one dot instead of two at double 16, 15. But he's missed it.
Peter, you'd acquire 150.
Lack of experience and concentration there. And this shot is now on double 15.
Is it ever? For 150 and 4-2.
Yes,
what a dart! What a check
leg.
out! 150, and that has hurt. It has really hurt. And at the interval, it is 4-2 for the Australian Peter Machin. What a checkout this was. 150 for Peter Machin, the Australian, and he takes a 4-2 lead. Reynolds now with the throw, and Machin looking good. And Chris, who his powers of research astonish me. It's not taken an hour, a matter of minutes, that Australian team.
Game on.
It was Eddie Sims, Justin Miles, James Bailey, and Peter himself. And incredibly, just as we
95.
were coming back on air in the 3 practice darts that Peter Machin threw, he hit 3 balls.
Did he really? One up on Tony O'Shea with the old exhibition shot earlier on. That was class,
yeah,
wasn't
against
it?
Tim Vine.
Tim Vine was a good sport, wasn't he? And he can. I was watching him. I was watching him actually in the practice room, and Tony was getting a bit twitchy. You know, he was thinking, "God, this bloke can play. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to do some practicing." There's a 180 and a class one for Reynolds. It's his 3rd of the match.
Yeah, I had a little peek in there and watched him have a 5 or 10 minutes practice, and he does look very capable, a lot better than he played up there. But that's the pressure of being on that stage. But he is a keen player.
Funny guy as well, isn't he? I wonder if Jeremy can throw the odd dart as well. A bit of brotherly rivalry. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, bound to back in their youth. Board on the back of the bedroom door.
58. Dean, you require 126.
So 126. Well, he's not got the treble 20 that he required, but he's a long way in front.
Yeah, normally 52. If Machin would have been on a shot there, he would have obviously gone the 419's ball route, but he did right, just didn't execute.
He's a good counter, Dean.
Very.
I've heard it suggested that possibly the best counter ever, apart from yourself, of course, Chris. I wouldn't go against you. One Mr. E. Bristow.
Yes.
Tops.
Yes,
excellent. And the Reynolds fan club celebrates.
8th leg, Peter to throw first.
Holds his throw.
Yeah, Eric was one of the early exponents of using the ball on the shots out around 90 plus. And also went around the 302 number to not sort of hit 140 and not leave yourself a finish. And John Part himself also still 60. Playing, but also a commentator, another great counter. And probably the best player we've ever seen was one of the worst counters in a certain Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, I've seen him make mistakes which make you raise your eyebrows, but of course Phil's so 50. Good.
Yes, usually he was about 200
really,
in front.
Wasn't really an issue, was it? I was talking 66. To Peter Machin's manager down behind the scenes here, and he said he's an ex-rugby player, and he was saying that only 2 people he'd ever met who really frightened him. He said one of them was Mike Tyson, and I'll give him that one because he was a bit scary. And he said the other one was Phil Taylor. I said, Phil Taylor, what's that about? He said because I thought I was good, but I watched him play, and it made me realise I was awful. I was terrified of playing him. Another maximum, number 4 for Reynolds.
Oh, and by the way, it's 6:52 in the morning.
Oh, thank you. More research.
In Australia.
If somehow you are managing to pick this up, good morning.
Yeah.
78.
Over a bowl of cereal or a nice bacon sandwich.
Machin, well, he could have been under a bit of pressure, and that's a bit of an opportunity missed for young Dean. Treble 20 leaves double 8.
$86.
Well, 153. We've seen Machin take out 150.
We could have quite a
90
highlight reel of just the big finishes in this event. Couple of 170s.
Yes, that's game shot. And the 8th leg, Peter Machin. 9th leg, Dean to throw
almost halfway there.
Game on.
First to 11. Taking a place in the final, women's final as well, still to come.
40.
Well, it's been a really patchy performance from Dean. He's got those 4 maximums, but he's only averaging just under 85, and doubles have been a bugbear, 3 out of 23.
Well, that's reflected in that average.
96.
At times, his scoring's been on point, but unfortunately, with just a 13% strike rate on his finishing, it's the reason for that low average and the scoreline.
Very solid, isn't he? Takes his time. He's a bit like Jeff Smith. There are similarities.
Yeah, he won't be rushed.
He doesn't quite play at the pace that Jeff does, but I'm thinking more about sort of the phlegmatic persona up there.
Yeah. Won't have his feathers ruffled.
Precisely.
171!
He went down there because if he'd have hit the 719s, it would have left him 132. Hitting the 9, an absolute bonus.
Peter, you'd acquire
so 94 for 6-3. He's got the treble.
A possible 11 dart leg.
For 6-3, that's a good measuring stick. Ooh.
54.
Haven't seen that very often.
142.
From Machin, usually been super reliable. Done left.
102. Peter, you'd acquire 40.
So they're both on tops. First dip for Peter Machin. 42-year-old Aussie.
Oh, just dropped his dart. Allowed to retrieve it.
Reset.
Not classed as thrown.
Readjust the bins. It's very warm up there. Not ideal for a
very warm in here.
A bespectacled player. Good dart.
Yes, that's game shot. And the 10th leg.
His composure.
Peter Machin. 10th leg. Peter to throw first. Game on.
Wouldn't want to play him at poker.
No, he doesn't give a lot away, does he?
Nope.
There's no visible celebration most of the time, let alone disgust when he misses one. Look at that concentration.
Aussie grit.
Study thereof.
140. 140.
He's not quite sort of the Eddie Charlton style Aussie grinder, is he? He's more of a Steve
81.
Waugh type.
From snooker to cricket to darts.
40.
In a sentence. Not often you hear Peter Machin in the same sentence as Eddie Charlton and Steve Waugh.
$67.
It's great white shark territory, isn't it, Adelaide? Great darts.
140.
Well, that gets him right back in contention. Needs to make inroads on this lead. And as we've seen earlier on, moments of inspiration can very quickly turn a darts match.
79.
Witness Darryl Fitton, who's waiting to face the winner of this in the final.
140.
Yes, Darius Labanauskas looked as for all the world as though he was going out.
Yeah, that performance by Fitton against Jamie Hughes was quite something.
94.
Good darts now, Reynolds.
41.
A timely break beckons, maybe. Double 16. Oh, unlucky.
9.
Kissing away off the barrel.
Peter, you'd acquire 40.
Of course, another Aussie had a lot of success in this venue. Certain Tony David, the world champion in 2002.
Is it really as long as that ago? Goodness me.
Hope you're well, mate, if you're listening in. A fabulous player. Very short career due to ill health, unfortunately.
And he's got it.
That's game shot. And the
Double
10th
10.
leg. Peter Machin.
7-3. And the opportunity
Game
presented itself to Dean Reynolds. You can say he was unlucky, whatever, but he didn't take it. And was punished.
60.
Reynolds needs to get on a run, doesn't he?
Yeah, he needs to find a sequence
95.
of serious top tungsten.
Who did the bookies have as a favourite?
140.
I think Reynolds was just favourite.
I thought he was, when you looked at the last four, you kind of think, well, the younger guy who's throwing really well, and he's got this one followed
98.
by a big final. You're looking at him and thinking, yeah, potential winner. But Machin is just, he's just metronomic, isn't he? He's not being psychologically
45.
intimidated at any stage, and hasn't been right the way through the weekend.
No, I mean, he's spectacular at times, but overall he's just rock solid.
Great game against Tony O'Shea yesterday, wasn't it? Went
98.
right down to the deciding leg.
Is it 10 140s, 1 180s,
100.
7 ton pluses? He's averaging 87-ish, 32% on his doubles. If Dean does lose this match, you will look back on it and realise how winnable it actually was.
$98.
He's in danger of going 5 behind.
Big ask, this one. Oh, it's on though. Double 18. He's taken
Yes,
it. 156.
on the 11th leg.
Absolutely magic finish. Is that the boost of confidence
12th leg.
he
Peter to
needs?
throw first.
Well,
Game
will
on.
that ignite his evening? It's only a hold of throw.
But he was in danger, as I said, of going 5 behind.
If you'd taken that, Machin, you'd have thought that he was pretty much destined for it.
140.
Well, he had 1 foot in the final, let's put it that way.
60.
You know, if you get a big check out like that, is there a danger? I mean, you've been up there and done it. You get the adrenaline rush, you punch your hands. You might have fancied Dino before this match began. He had a brilliant check out here, 156, absolutely superb, but he trails 8-4. And if you were to have a bet on him now, he started off as the favourite. You get an 11-2 on him now.
Yeah, big price in running.
And Peter Machin is on course still for a place in the final against Darryl Fitton and potentially the win of his life.
Yeah, and I think it'd be the
13th leg. Dean to throw first.
fifth Australian
Game
to
on.
make a major final.
That's right.
Come on then, John.
Ooh. Well, Simon Whitlock,
140.
Paul Nicholson.
Correct. I mentioned him earlier.
Tony,
Yep.
the 2002 winner.
Yeah, Tony David.
I'm stuck on the last one.
Graham Hunt. World
59.
Masters 97-ish.
Good knowledge. Did you get that off the top of your head, or have you got somebody helping?
Well, I'm sat next to you.
140.
I'm impressed. Well, I didn't help.
Yeah.
Very good.
$58.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks to the Lakeside. Absolutely. Love from the darts fans. Well, thanks a lot. We've thoroughly enjoyed it and hope you have as much. And this match might still switch. You never know. Reynolds took himself away off the stage.
Doesn't look an 11-2 shot in this leg, does he?
No, he doesn't.
78.
9 darts he's had to 41. Double 16 for an 11 darter. Just the wrong side of the wire. And this time,
that's game shot to the 13th leg. Dean Reynolds.
12 dart leg.
14th leg. Peter to throw first.
That's a few of his mates and the massive support he's got here. Hello to them, Adam, at the beginning of the tournament.
They'll be hanging on his every move back at the Birch Grove pub in Cardiff.
I bet a few in there have had a couple of quid each way on him as well.
It's quite handy if you actually lived there, because were you to go out on the town and
82.
get a taxi and not be quite as articulate as you sometimes are, you'd be asking for Birch Grove on Birch Grove Road in Birch Grove.
And the taxi will still take you to the wrong place.
180.
Second 180 of this match for Machin.
57.
Well, Reynolds desperately needs to find a break from somewhere and find it quick. Let me remind you, first to 11. And the 3-leg cushion for Machin.
59.
Reynolds needs to hit him with some big numbers.
Yeah, he's getting closer and closer to that winning line.
This is what he wants.
140.
Just
quickened up a little bit, do you think, John?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Perhaps he's had a bit of advice away behind the scenes. Somebody had a word with him.
Well, because Machin is so slow, he might be just
100.
find himself being a little bit too deliberate rather than a little bit more natural.
Always important to play your game in any sort of one-to-one confrontation in any sport.
102.
Yep.
Great first dart. 10 would leave double 16. Double 16 now for a 102 checkout for 9.5.
86.
Just the wrong side of the wire.
Then you require 141.
Next door. Can't do it now.
Well, he's just putting some pressure on. That's a terrific visit.
109. Peter, you require 16.
Superb. That was the evidence of his counting capabilities. But
Yes,
Machin, his finishing capabilities. And he's 9.5 ahead. And only 2 more needed now, Chris.
Yep, 2 away from a place in the final and a bit of Australian history. Like you said, I think we'll see a lot more of this player.
He said to me it is certainly creating a stir. There's been a lot of interest
86.
and he's getting loads of messages of encouragement.
Well, you'll get some sponsorship offers now that will probably aid him to do a bit more travelling and spend a bit of time in the UK playing some of the BDO ranking tournaments that take place on a weekend all over the country and all over Europe.
42.
There's a series of events in Australia, of course. They have a ranking system.
82.
Dearly love to get over here and play in the lakeside. That's very much on his ambitions list. And says how much he'd like to have his wife come over here with him.
Well, playing like this.
120.
If the point would have been touching a part of that board, then that's what he would have scored. The point doesn't necessarily have to be in the board, it's where it's touching. Unfortunately for him, that one was touching nothing apart from fresh air.
Reynolds, meanwhile, 12 darts thrown and he's on 74. And, well, he'll at least have one opportunity to tidy this one up.
Dean, you require 74.
Machin managing to get himself onto 170. We've seen a couple of those. So 20 and tops for 9.6. Good darts.
Yes, that's game shot in the 15th leg.
Now,
Dean Reynolds.
that's the break.
16th leg, Peter to throw first.
Now.
Game on.
There's a big difference when someone's still 2 away when you're chasing the lead down to when they're just 1 away. You still feel like you're in with a shout.
134.
Well, what a great start from Machin. Not too much to work with there for young Dean.
60.
times has Machin lost his throw in this match? I think it's only been once, hasn't it?
Well, hasn't been many, has it?
No, he's been very solid.
97. 96.
His supporters are trying to rev him up, Reynolds, trying to propel him to another level. All looking a little bit anxious down in the Reynolds camp, down in the
rightly so.
In the seats just in front of us.
Team Reynolds need to give their man a boost and get behind him. Try and motivate him.
He needs to
inspire him.
He needs to find a little bit of magic from somewhere, doesn't he? Still Machin, despite 39. The dominance on that scoreline, is only averaging 86, and Reynolds, his average is over 90, but not reflected. Doubles have been
100.
A little bit of his Achilles heel. He's throwing better than he was. There's Lauren looking on anxiously. Dino's girlfriend.
Any trouble here really causes Dean problems.
60.
185.
An outside chance. If he can apply some big pressure.
Do with another one.
100. Peter, you require 91.
2 darts. Could get a couple of darts at double if.
Should go for the ball, John. 88 left. Treble 20, double 14. Oh, look at this for a finish.
Double
this
14.
Will hurt.
63.
So close, so close.
Team you require 85.
A must take for Reynolds. Needed the treble 15 really. Oh dear,
no.
dear, dear.
Again, little bit lack
73.
of experience going anywhere near that treble really. Should have just put a nice straight dart down the pipe, big 20, and get 1 dart at the ball.
And he's paid.
Game shot to the 16th
Machin
leg.
takes another 10-6. And now he's only 1 leg away.
Dean to throw first.
We've not seen a Machin smile yet. We've not seen a grimace. He's just been real old stone face.
140.
It's the kind of player you have to try and find a way to get under his skin.
Easier said than done, I'd suggest.
41.
What would you have done if you were up there? You sometimes were known to sort of raise the odd eyebrow here and there. How do you have tried to...
Given the odd clip on the back of the ankle was perfectly acceptable from time to time.
Well, a bit of bruised Achilles tendon action.
Sorry about that, mate. Maybe the odd walk down the hockey towards
100.
him. Maybe a bit of a fist pump in his face. Not literally, of course, but you know.
50.
Don't condone any kind of violence on the hockey. Well,
no, let's not go there. Reynolds is in a nice position here. He's clearly got to hold his throw, and on his throw he's been hitting pretty decent scores.
134.
He's averaging 91, but he's losing the match despite outscoring his rival.
$60. Dean, you require 94. $34.
Find the treble, and well, he's 60, and Machin gets a big score here. Reynolds will be under pressure, and Machin closing in on a place in the final. And that's precisely what he's doing. That's a terrific 140.
Yeah, pressure now on this 60 to stay in it.
Tops. Wrong side of the wire. And he's got it.
First game shot in the 17th leg. Dean Reynolds. 18th leg. Peter to throw first. Game on.
Potential 4 legs left in this match, and he has to win every one of them.
Well, Machin last time he got a break stood up and or won a leg rather, stood up and started with close on 140, 137 I think it was, and he started solidly again.
$140.
The Reynolds fans in full voice. No
59.
treble there now. Reynolds has to jump all over this now. Badly needs a treble.
100.
And finds it. Oh, that looks loose. He's having to switch. Oh, a great cover shot.
137.
Out of the blocks like Colin Jackson.
It's the quickest I've seen him move. He's going to stay there.
140.
121, very makeable.
Giving it his lot, and not leaving anything in the tank.
Peter Machin, you may well have not heard of him before.
100.
South Australian.
121.
Who's played really well here. But Reynolds has a chance. Bullseye for 121.
96.
Well, he's just got to keep his fingers crossed.
105. Looking at treble 20 first off, and he's got it.
Oh, he's going to get one dart at double 16. He did that earlier, didn't he?
Dean, you require 25.
9 double 8s, 2 darts at it to stay in the match, and he's
Yes,
done
that's
it.
good shot. The 18 player, Dean Reynolds.
He narrows the gap
19th leg,
and gets
Dean
a
to
crucial
throw
break of
first.
throw.
Game on.
It's 10-8. He needs... He's trying to feed off the energy of his supporters, I think.
Yeah.
85.
Look at them all. There's a fair amount of nail chewing going on there. Oh, good last
91.
start. Machin so unflappable through this game. Is he going to crack now?
93.
That's a great last start, though.
Big dart, wasn't it? 8 a ton. Finds it.
100.
Super last dart. Coming up after this, of course, the final of the Ladies World Trophy.
93.
Good dart. And another.
138.
Good thinking. Machin being hit by big numbers. Not so much that he's gone off, it's that Reynolds has really dug in. The all-round
60.
sportsman
Dean
showing
Reynolds,
terrific
72.
competitive spirit.
16 tops.
32.
We've seen 2
Peter,
of
you
these.
require
The
170.
way to win your place in the final with a 170 checkout. No, not this time. So Dean will be back. 40
Another
to go within
60.
1
Dean, you require
of
40.
Machin.
Another examination of his nerve. Nervy one that was. Double 10, great
Yes,
dart.
that's game shot. In the
Another
19th
one
leg.
ticked off.
Dean Reynolds.
10-9, they still
20th leg,
believe.
Peter to throw first. Game on.
He still believes. And showing commendable maturity, just taking a bit of time to step back, compose himself, sip of water.
Should give that a nice rattle.
What a time to do that.
Absolutely brilliant.
His third maximum, and what a time to do it.
85.
Machin just needs the one.
Only it's a 60. Big chance then for Reynolds. Got to say, it's a minimum of a 140 required. I thought we were going to have a 180 after that first start.
70.
And what you've actually got is a 70, so he's made no inroads at all. Opportunity missed.
85 plus these behind. And this leg, of course, will put Machin in the final. He got a switch now.
43.
Plays with very broad-barreled darts, Machin, doesn't he? Almost old-fashioned, almost a throwback.
Yeah, they're
42.
quite similar to the John Lowe dart, I think.
Oh, he's closing in now.
98.
120. Shanghai had take him across the line.
100.
Is this to be the moment?
6 darts at 120.
There's the treble.
Might only need the 3.
He's got the fat 20. Now tops for the match.
Game.
And what a way to do it. A 120 checkout. He's barely smiled at any stage. Dean Reynolds desperately disappointed. But Peter Machin is a real tough cookie from down under. The chant scarf of Dino Dino. But Peter Machin is into the biggest final of his life. He's through and clinging on to his dream of an Aussie triumph. And now it is time for a big smile and a celebration. Peter Machin comes through to play Daryl Fitton, having beaten Dean Reynolds 11-9.